Hello, this is Allan Arkush with another rockin' trailer from hell. Way back in 1984, Paul Bartel and I went to see a screening of a soon-to-be-released movie called Stranger Than Paradise. And we loved it. We loved everything about it. We loved the style and the way it kind of lured you into the movie and how each scene unfolded in one shot. And that began my admiration for Jim Jarmusch because he had created this world like it was an Ozu film full of quirky hipsters, if you will. Okay. Now, I've seen most of Jim Jarmusch's films since then, and here's some of my favorites. Down by Law, which has Tom Waits in it. Night on Earth, which is the story of 5 different taxi cab rides in one night all around the world. Coffee and Cigarettes, which is literally that. Only Lovers Left Alive, which is an excellent contemporary vampire movie, and Patterson, about a poet. And the thing that I also really like about Jim Jarmusch, he has impeccable taste in music. John Lurie, Tom Waits, RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan, Talking Heads, and one of his great films is this concert film with Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Year of the Horse. He takes you inside this band as they tour and play some of the most very, very intense songs you've ever heard. And at one point, do you know the song Like a Hurricane? Well, that's what it sounds like. He takes 2 versions of Like a Hurricane that are filmed 10 years apart, and he edits them together into one massive magnum opus. Well, it could be music or it could be pure noise. All right. Now, what can you follow that with? Where can you get the kind of manic energy to do a documentary? Well, there's only one band for you then, a band that he loves and he thinks is the greatest band in the world, Iggy and the Stooges. Here he is, the world's most forgotten boy. Okay. Back in 1969, and this is their first album when it came out, they really captured the sound of industrial Detroit. All right. Now, his real name is Jim Osterberg, and he led this band. And so when he sings Gimme Danger, he really means it. All right. And Jim Jarmusch does too. He interviews with a really deft hand and gets a lot out of Iggy and everyone that he talks to, and then edits it together with layers of imagery on top. And he really captures what kind of delinquents they were. And Iggy throwing himself off the stage and rolling around on glass. And of course, at the Cincinnati Pop Festival, he smeared himself with peanut butter. All right. Now that I have your attention, there are 2 parts of this film that I think all of you are going to really like. Because Boomer Iggy waxes eloquently about Saturday mornings spent in front of the TV in his parents' trailer watching cartoons and kids shows and buying every toy and cereal that they conned him into loving, all right? He's great at that. And then there's this other scene. Now imagine this. These 4 dum-dum boys, all right? They want to change their name from the Iguanas to maybe the Stooges. And they're worried that they're going to get sued. So somehow or other, they get Mo Howard of the 3 Stooges phone number, and they call them up. All right. So you got Mo Howard in California and these guys in Detroit, and they explain their situation, and Mo just kind of cuts them off, and he says, "You guys are a rock and roll band, and you want to call yourself the Stooges? I don't give a fuck what you call yourself as long as it's not the 3 Stooges." Slam. Perfect, all right? So grab yourself some peanut butter, start smearing, because it's time for our trailer from hell, Gimme Danger.
If I hit here, you'll get all 3 cameras. We ready? We are in an undisclosed location, interrogating Jim Osterberg about the Stooges, the greatest rock and roll band ever.
Cue the riff.
Iggy and the Stooges reinvented music as we know it.
The song is I Want to Be Your Dog.
We weren't like the other bands. a feeling come over you with this great sound that we're making. And sometimes I would just hammer on my guitar.
I just started jumping up and down like baboons do before they're going to fight. As soon as I started doing that.
And that is a perfect example of Iggy's insights. He's very self-aware, well-considered, and totally original. The Stooges' mission was a trip to the heart of rock and roll darkness in a really shitty van.
When I was a little boy, the Ford Motor Company, they had a machine that engineered a drop, a mega clang. I thought we should get some of that in our songs.
They refused to play anything but Stooges music.
We were just left without any adult supervision. I mean, we just did our thing.
We bumbled around America, playing raggedly.
The record company couldn't get rid of them quick enough.
Gigs I could get it together to sing, some I couldn't. Upsetting people wherever we went.
Jarmusch tells a story of redemption without compromise. Iggy feels a need to return to his beginnings, finish the mission, and reunite the Stooges just in time to be truly appreciated.
Do you feel you've influenced anybody?
I think I helped wipe out the 60s.
This is a great rock movie from a soulful director.
I don't want to belong to the glam people, alternative people, to any of it. I don't want to be a punk. I just want to be.
I cheered up at the end. All that love and empathy for the Dum Dum Boys.
Woo!